Hello, welcome. So the goal of this video is to show you the map and explain a lot of the things that you will see. Plus, the goal is to ultimately allow players and help players to not farm as much by just using some of the newer mechanics they introduced into the game. So first of all, the map. What does the map mean? Well, the darker the area, the more dangerous it becomes. So that means basically this area is very safe. This area is not so safe, and as you can see the border areas over here, they are very dangerous. And you also have some group spawners outside of those areas where you can find very hard armadas. And also the ships that you probably want to board and use later. Now, there are also a lot of things I have to speak about, plus we'll do some dredging and fishing. I never really liked fishing, but we'll do some fishing at the end of the video. So let's just go over all of these things, in case you want to mark them on your map. So this is the danger area for the Glare tier 5 boat. As far as I know, this is the easy armada and this is a hard armada. You have to board the Bordock, because it will have very interesting rewards. And there's also one over here, the Midorian Horizon, and there's also one over here, the Bastion boats. I don't remember what exactly is that. That's also Spratus over there, if I remember correctly. But I guess it mostly depends. You can see the spawners, so now they added the spawners. When you see the spawners, yeah, that's where the groups are. So let's speak about this area a little bit. As you can see, this is a tier 1 armada swarm on medallions, and this is the floater pirates. So this is much harder, but it should be okay. You also have some bosses, but more interesting is that in the south area and also around this area, there are a lot of ships that are worth boarding. For example, over here, the Jarl or the Jarl, trawler for Clover and agents and some other stuff. So if you want to see where the best route for boarding is, I recommend you trying the south and the north over here. I think the Sena Mariner over here have very good loot. And another very good place to board ships, I think it's over here. There will be some very interesting looking, forgot what the name is. The Snappies, yeah, the Snappies around here that have a lot of armor are the ones you want to go for. So the more loot a ship has on it, the more loot you can get from it by boarding it. This is another tier 5 grasp. Interesting. Also, you can find a lot of spots to dredge and to fish, and as you can see, they're all marked on the map. Now, the idea of all of this stuff is that you have to follow the currents from one location to the other. So I recommend you plan a little bit ahead so you can go to the locations you want to. Also went to every single ground combat location and I marked what you get from it. So, yeah, it was very annoying to do that. As you can see, this is for scrap metal, you get 1500 at max. So after you do the ground combat areas for the first time, you actually get a lot of rewards, but then you have to let them regenerate resources over time, and this is what I found. 1500 scrap metal over here and 50 metal plates, which is amazing. And you should always do the scrap metal and metal plate, because this is one of the resources you never have enough. Over here we have, by the way, they're all marked, and this is number 10, 500, no, so it's 500 scrap metal, not 1500, 500, sorry about that. 500 scrap metal and 50 metal plates. Over here is 500 instrument parts and, for whatever reason, 150 mech parts. And over here is the more interesting one, so you have 5000 medallions and 10 quick use items, like even the fast teleport. So yeah, you should probably go and do all of this at the same time, more or less, or in this circle. Guys will start something like that. And over here also have another interesting one, chemical waste and reagents. This is for the wood and lumber. Probably this one you can skip without any problems. 10 boarding kits and 150 weapon parts. So wow, okay, that's also very much worth it. My recommendation wouldn't be the metal ones. I guess you can also do these ones because they're very close to one another. This one for the medallions, 5000 medallions and the quick use items. That you can probably ignore if you don't build anything. Weapon parts are always very good, plus the boarding kits, and then you can just hang around this area and board a few boats to see what you can do. Rags, 500 rags and 70 cloth. I don't know why it gave me 75 cloth. Maybe there are some modifiers in the mission themselves. I think if you do a mission faster, you might get more rewards. I haven't had a lot of time to test it though, but I definitely collected some of the loot from those places. This is 600 fiber and 50 rope. This is 500 plastic and 50 plastic plate. This is copper and copper plate. You get the idea. And this is gunpowder and 40 ammo. So this is also probably something you should do because they're kind of rare to get those items. Also, I did all of the hunting pirate quests. This is something you get from the order. I guess you can get the quest from the pirates and then do the location of the ground combat, and then also maybe do a little bit of, you know, the bosses and some of the other stuff. Now, as for the bosses, let me see. This is the tier 3 boss over there. This is the tier 1, this is the tier 3. This is where you start the battle signal, I guess. This is a signal for help for the group. I haven't really tried that. I guess we should try that at the end of the video and see what it is. So the tier 1 and the tier 3 bosses are over there. This is the tier 2 boss. Tier 5 and tier 4 will be here probably. So yeah, let's go and do the tier 4 boss. I'll not do the ground combat again because I did it in another video and it's pretty fun, it's pretty interesting, but once you learn how to do them, it's actually quite fun because you get so many resources and it's basically for free. Now, if you are starting the game right now, it's one of the best ways to earn free resources. So, hooray for no more farming, because if you do all of the things I'm showing you right now, like the ground combat and the bosses, you never need to farm. You can just go from one location to the other in the cooldowns, because the bosses have the cooldowns, the locations need time to respawn some resources, and then you can also do the fishing, the dredging, plus fighting the armadas, plus, I don't know, there are many activities. Even the pirates can be fun to hunt. No, don't you dare. I'm not going to do the tier 5 boss, because the tier 5 boss is actually a little harder. It's a boss, it's a boat that spawns a lot of drones. And while the boss itself is fun and it's very rewarding, I think you get 6000 experience. The drones just make that fight super annoying. Huh? Okay, it's over there. You don't actually need to mark everything I'm showing you, but you should definitely start to mark your map very early on. Otherwise you will not even know where the spawns are for the dredging. For example, if I will do a dredge, I'll just mark it something like... No, let's say... I'll just select a corner, or if I'm coming from here, see? These ones have something in them, these ones don't have anything in them. So I'll just start something like this. And it's going to be super helpful, because then I'll know where to go without looking at the map all the time. Was that the tier 4?
We've entered the battle zone.
Also, from what I know, the boss will spawn after you move a little bit away.
Enemy contact!
I haven't tried to board it, but I don't think you can board it. You have to go to the red one. This is where the boss will go. Oh, those are torpedoes. I don't like that. Yeah, you can shoot down the torpedoes, you can shoot out the rockets, you can shoot most of the things that will come to attack you. Yeah, the torpedoes I think are unavoidable. Let me see if I can disable those torpedo launchers on the back as well. But probably we cannot disable them, so your best hope is to just destroy the boss as fast as possible. 4,000 experience, medallions. Oh, I got the yellow garden gnome. 16,000 medallions. Yellow garden gnome, plus the shield, plus the fire extinguishers. Fire extinguishers are basically boarding kits that are situational. Oh wow, that's super cool. Where is my yellow garden gnome? Over here. So I have yellow and blue. And as you can see, if you just do the bosses, now you cannot do the bosses that are 2 tiers above your ship or under your ship. So for example, I can only do tier 5 and 4 with my tier 5, so I assume it works like that for all of the other tiers. Maybe you can strap on a lot of weapons on the tier 2 boat and then just do tier 1, 2, 3 and 4. I'm not sure. You should definitely try and see how many tiers you can do, but probably this is the reward for having a very small boat. So again, this is a presumption, but I assume with a tier 3 boat you can do... No, I assume with a tier 2 boats, you can do tier 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 might be a little harder, but I guess that puts some things into perspective. The rewards for doing the bosses are actually very, very good. So we had we did the boss, we did the combat areas. I guess now we have to go and dredge. Actually no, let's go and do the pirate quest and you'll see the rewards for it. Because I'll surely forget about them. So you just have to kill enemies that have pirate in their name. Usually, like I showed you, is the smaller fleets. It's actually worth farming the fleets, because then you can also do this quest over here. I guess these ones over here are the better ones. I forgot what the reward is, but it's decent.
You'll always find help. Trade is the engine. Aboard the Turp.
Pleasure doing business with you. I am command of the Order of the
4,100
Kraken.
weapon
Don't
parts.
trouble me over nothing. Captain, I am command of the
Aboard the Turpets, you'll always
This tells you that. Yes, for 90 pirates, that's actually pretty good. You get 4,000 experience, plus the experience you get from the bosses, plus from the ground combat. So as you can see, looting is actually pretty easy if you do it like this. Now let's do one of my favorite activities, which is dredging. Now, you have to craft your dredge a lot of times until you get the one you like. As you can see, this has a few stats. So 7 seconds and 44 radius. 7 seconds to get the loot and 44 radius. But you will have to get a bit lucky to get good stats. Yes, the other dredges can also be very good. Definitely try to craft one maybe 4 or 5 times and then select the best one and use that one. Dredging is pretty easy. Just remember to put out the radar. Also, another very funny thing, if you want to have an easier time dredging, you can also drop your anchor. It actually drops the anchor, as you can see it's an animation. Look in the control bindings to do it, and that will keep you perfectly still, well, almost completely still on the location. Yeah. Now, there's also correlation of loot between the dredging spots, and this is probably one of the things that was never really explained properly. Let me search over here as well.
Help is not needed, Captain. Have a good voyage.
Now, the color of this will also determine the part of the loot you'll be getting. So this is ammunition fragment, and you can see it by the color sometimes. Or I think it's based on the location. So the dredging spots over here will give you chemical waste, this will give you ammo. And the ones up top, I think they'll give you either weapon fragments or more metal stuff. I haven't really played with that, but it's very easy to confirm or not what you'll get by you just going there and see what you get. So definitely remember that the area is split into 3. So it will be something like that, and like that. So like this, and like that for the dredging. Yeah, maybe I'm not explaining it very nicely, but you get the idea. The dredging locations have a different loot per region, and there are 3 regions of loot. As far as I found, well, actually I didn't find any of the rare chests or spawns in the ocean. Now you give something like this to me. I have been dredging for well, not hundreds of hours, maybe 50 hours in total since I'm playing the game, but I never got unique furniture like that, and now I get it when I'm recording. That's crazy. I think explosives, no, I think explosives will be found more often in the north. And that's supposed to be the launcher of the grandmother of pirates. Chair is bolted to the floor. The chair is bolted so it doesn't actually rock. Ah, that's hilarious. I don't want to ruin the symmetry of that. I guess I want to remove a few batteries, but I don't remember where I put my batteries. Wait, this counts as a battery? I think it counts as a battery. I never noticed this. No. We have to take that off, otherwise we'll never find a good spot for the rocking chair that doesn't actually rock. No, I don't have a place to put it. I don't know why, but that makes me happy. Yeah, looks like it's really bolted to the ground so it doesn't rock. That's amazing. See, this is why I like the game. You always find secrets even after such a long time of me playing the game. There'll also be some very useful items that you can dredge up, but most of them will be cosmetics like this. That's amazing. You can also do the secret barrels that are usually behind the rocks. I guess I should have mentioned this as well. This is another activity. Usually near the rocks you'll see that your radar is beeping. By the way, since that is not filled up, it doesn't have anything in it. The rocks are usually near three wells. I guess we can also go over there and we'll try and fish and search for the mysterious barrels at the same time. You can also search the rocks for food, you can also sell the rocks for corks. And then you can also buy some very good stuff with the corks. You can even buy weapon fragments from certain location, but again, that's a different area altogether. So you can just do the work with the quark economy as well. So that's another thing you can do. Get stuff, sell the stuff for quarks, and then with the quarks buy stuff that is actually useful to you, like materials, weapon parts, and some other things. You know what, let's try and board this ship, because I want to see what loot they have. Maybe next time. As you can see, with bigger guns and bigger boats, it will become harder to board. But if they sink easily, that means they probably don't have anything worth boarding. As you can see, you're collecting lure and corks and other stuff while just destroying stuff. So the drone is also a very useful item to have. Boat. I don't know why I'm so happy about that rocking chair. So this is why I keep my radar open all the time, because sometimes you'll find a dredging spot in the middle of nowhere, and that means it's a very, very important item, or it can be nothing, but usually it's a very cool item. Like special armor, special hulls, special buildings, or traceable buildings and stuff like that. What is even that supposed to be? Oh no, that's the mysterious barrel. So, as you can see, I never saw the new icon. Near the rocks you also have the mysterious barrels, which are supposed to have medallions and shark weapon remains. And they had medallions in the beginning, but I guess they changed the route to shark weapon remains and some other stuff. And don't remember if there is a tutorial for this, but as you can see, you have to rely on your radar to flash. So let's try the fishing next. Oh wow, the barrels can spawn so far away from the rocks? That's actually impressive now. You can also mark everything on your map right now because they increased the amount of markers from 50 to 100. I guess it's free loot, cannot complain about that. So yeah, you definitely will want to mark everything that is important for you. For example, this should be marked like this. Mysterious barrel. Let me mark this as well. And now you get the idea why I'm marking them. Because when I want to do a barrel run, I will do a barrel run. So let's try fishing. Now, to be honest, I don't think I ever tried to fish, so this will be a first for me as well. To fish, you need to replace the dredge with the fishing rod. Oh no, did I remove? I hate this bug so much. Also, this is one of the things we found on the boss, which is the Fasto shield, which as you can see, it's super easy to repair, has a lot of HP and a lot of armor. It's great because probably can replace the big shields I'm using right now. Nice. I bet this will look very well painted. Very, very fun item to paint. Oh, actually, I dropped my anchor by accident. Oh well. Now, how do I fish? I never tried it. We just click. Ooh. Oh, I have to press space. I guess you cannot fish the shark, interesting. How to use the pre-bait? Because that's also a thing we have on the boat. Now it lets me... Wait, so it depends on where you are? I guess I want to capture something big. Ever press space. Huh? I'm not sure how this is done. I guess you're just supposed to throw... Oh, press and hold. Throw it, and then you have to catch the big fish. Okay, that makes sense. That's the biggest fish I could see. I have to press space and keep that thing in the middle. I guess it's not so bad once you figure it out. You just have to do it step by step. Have a grouper. It also gave us a powerful weapon, Remain. Okay, let's do that again. Although you can catch and get a reward for almost everything, so... Interesting. I think this is also randomized, so you can get other rewards as well for doing this. Now, this is large bait, so I think it will only attract the big fish. Salmon. We're out of the big bait, so I guess you have to use the pre-bait. Pre-bait, from what I understand, can be used for any types of fish. Okay, choose another one. That purpose lure. Okay, I'm aboard. Okay, so I guess catching the fish will give you food, first of all, and then either weapon remains or something else. Some people said... Oh, we also got fiber. Other stuff. Oh, if you press G, you can use the pre-lure. Okay. Some people said that you can also get mysterious chests or barrels by doing this, which will definitely have some interesting rewards. So let's do this a little more. You get the bait and some other stuff by just, you know, killing stuff. Yes. Okay, so actually getting the powerful weapons and the shark remains is super easy, as you saw. Just by searching the barrels and then fishing in the areas. Huh. I'll try to fish a few more times because I want to try and get something better like a chest. I guess those are rarer. Mostly you get the fish. Oh. And like I said, you can sell the seafood for quirks and then buy some cool stuff with the quirks. The quirks. Another salmon. Yeah, okay, I think we have done this enough times. You can probably get some better stuff, but I'm not sure if it's worth it or not. Okay, let's replace fishing rod with the dredging one. See? So many options. Now, you might think, well, it's useless. No, it's not useless, because sometimes you'll only have, let's say, 10 minutes to play the game, or you want to play the game for 10 minutes, and what can you do in 10 minutes? Well, fish, dredge, pause, stuff like this. I don't think I can color the rocking chair. Even that thing, a pirate Joel, what is he doing over here? I'm pretty sure you can board this if you want. But it's pretty hard to board it because it goes down quickly at a certain level. I think it can have some batteries, but mostly they hang around the main area of the game. Well, that's the breach. I definitely need a machine gun for this one. Or can you really? For them, I completely forgot anyway. Let's get going, and that's why you need a radar for a lot of other things as well. So that's kind of amazing, see? So many wonderful things you can do. So let me go at the battle signal one. I'm not sure what this does anymore. Since the video is mostly over, you can also go some other places to farm and try to get more. I don't think it's worth mentioning the armadas. As you can see, all of the armadas are marked, but mostly the ones over here are very good to farm, and the ones over here. This is the first spot, the better one. This is the second best, and probably here is the third best, in case you're wondering. Nobody really farms the ones over here because they're much
I carry various goods. Berth if you want to trade.
Kill his birth.
What do you want?
Then you can just sell, look at all of those quirks you are earning with our water and food. Then you just visit other various places so you can buy stuff with the quirks. I guess you can try one more dredge, maybe we'll get lucky again. But I doubt it, I really doubt it. It's very rare to get an item from dredging. Well, I say it's rare, but then I got it so easy today. This is, we're getting into the mostly chemical areas. And the thing you find, I guess, again, it's also dependent on the color and the area, but I forgot what was the logic behind it. But as you can see, we're in the area where you get the chemical waste. This was the other one, and that is the other zone. I guess you're wondering what I'm doing. I'm still searching. Maybe I'll be lucky in the video today and find a random diamond on the
Anyone!
ocean.
I've been attacked!
Well, if you are asking for help, I'll give you help. Mostly these guys will buy
What do you want?
stuff off of you, water and food, but I think only the shops and the bigger locations will have something to sell. Mostly the trading post, if I remember correctly. The trading post will also will give you sometimes very good prices. I think the trader, what was it again? Somewhere one of these places will give you the highest price for scrap wood, which is 4 corks. So imagine if you have 10,000 scrap wood. Yeah, just sell it one of the trading posts, get a lot of corks.
How can I help?
It's actually very cheap to repair with corks right now. So let's repair and let's go. I'm actually very curious about the barrels now. Apparently the barrels are marked separately because they have different loot. Or different than what I remember the loot to be. I think this is the house where you find information about Kitty Sark's parents. Guess I can mark it. House. Shouldn't be too hard to spot if I ever want to go back there, but I guess we don't. Yeah, that's another landmark. I kind of forgot about all of the cool stuff the game has. Technically I should be following the wind currents, but I'm too lazy to do it. Happy Bobber. Doesn't seem like a very happy place, does it?
The Bobber.
Okay, trading. We don't have anything we can buy from them, but some of the traders, like I keep saying, they'll have some very cool stuff. So, look at the prices. Enough of that. Music. So I guess it's a matter of exploring, and since I only had 50 markers available, I couldn't mark everything, but you can mark everything now, since we have 100 next. Why am I happy? What? Suddenly I'm flying, yeah, that's why I keep a few ballast strokes on my boat, to prevent stuff like that from happening. I will also salute every player. Or every player that is your own tier. Because that way you can both be proud of your tier of the tier of your ship. What I usually do is when I find some of these spots, I'll usually go for one dredge to see if there's something interesting. It also gives me a chance to clear the random pirate boats. Yeah. Was not going to escape.
We've entered the battle zone.
I'm curious what this will do.
Attention! Enemy contact!
Yikes, this is no joke. I guess we cannot disable any of the weapons. Saying that, then I disable the weapons. Great. Oh, the helmsman is over there. Then we have to disable it, because if we disable it, it will not be able to move.
We left the battle zone.
What? We left the battle zone? How did that happen?
We've
Also,
entered the battle zone.
I recommend you use one of these things.
Attention! Enemy contact!
Let's get out of the range of that minigun, please. Oh, I guess we destroyed the scavenger. Yeah, if you blow up the generators, we'll actually inflict a lot of HP damage on them. I guess I don't have much left to destroy. Let's destroy the boat itself.
Victory!
Oh, don't you dare fire that minigun at me. What was the loot reward for this? I think there will be ever increasing difficult battles over here in this battle group over here. Or maybe I don't remember it the right way. Did something spawn over there? I think it spawned. something here? There is something here. Huh? Wait, what? It takes you out of the signal area as soon as you do it? Interesting. I guess you're transported back to the server after you do that the first time. Oh, this should be increasingly harder as you do it more times. Let's see what happens when I enter it again. Let's leave battle.
We've entered the battle zone.
I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll just have to fight that thing again. But this thing is not
Attention!
really worth fighting. Where are those generators? I need to blow them up. There's another one. I guess we can also just disable all of the weapons.
Victory!
That was funny. So I guess at some point we'll just get some extraordinary good loot from this place, or I don't understand. Yeah. What's the point if you... Okay, whatever. We did most of the stuff anyway, so this is how you're supposed to be doing some of the things. Just mark as much as you can and then select your own route to collect the resources you want. Very fun. See you next time. Bye bye.